Big games, big bets, better drinks. You're listening to Happy Hour Playbook, your guide to the winning side of sports and lifestyle. I'm Chris, and we're officially on air. Let's see what's on the slate. Welcome to the Happy Hour Playbook, episode 25.
25.
All right. Got some good stuff in store here. We're going to talk about
Some bad stuff, too.
Yeah, some bad stuff, too. It's a bottle of Still Austin that actually we'll talk about in a minute, but we're going to taste that for the happy hour pour. Then we're going to talk about, so there's some stuff that happened in the medical field this past week.
Scary.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're also going to give an update on the NFL, kind of where it's at, some stuff that's gone on, injuries, some games that went on yesterday, which were pretty good. And then today is the final day of the BMW championship tournament. So we'll give you an update on that and go from there, see what the playoff standings are. And next week is the final championship. FedEx Cup. So we'll kind of see how everybody falls in place from there. So, but we'll get started with the first segment, which is going to be the happy hour pour, which you sent me an article about this company.
Yeah, out of
Austin. It's called Still Austin. And this wasn't the one that was on the article, but you got us a rye whiskey to try here.
It was weird. It just kept popping up on my Facebook, and
It's like,
I was
buy
like,
me.
Yeah, I know. It's like, try me.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. Well, I didn't have to be convinced very hard, but I did find it at Specs, where we normally grab our bourbon of choice for the day. But it's anything in Texas is pretty cool. This one's a rye whiskey. They also have the ones that I sent you were all corn.
Yeah.
Which is what we tried last week with the baby blue, was a corn whiskey.
It was really good.
So it's no longer
And this is this is nicknamed the Artist, 99.6 proof, 100% Texas grown rye. And this said it's typically 43 to 50.
Yeah, it was around that $45-$50.
And this one says it has a herbal profile, mint, dill, and citrus with the candied sweetness. So
I probably would have passed on it if I'd have known it had dill in it.
Yeah, he's a fan of the pickle.
I hate pickles.
Oh my God. Did you smell that?
I didn't.
It smells like dill.
Oh my God. I'm going to hate this one.
That is crazy.
I'm going to hate this one.
Smells like pickle.
Ugh.
So it says herbal note of spearmint, dill, eucalyptus.
I'm already developing
wildflower honey and orange zest. The dill pickle is definitely, yes, that's not faint. It's in there.
I can smell it, but it's not as strong as
the taste.
I hope it doesn't taste like it, but
Well, it says palate, sweetness, bitter, buttercream icing, white pepper, menthol, and spicy chocolate.
Buttercream icing. It's like eating a cake. I like eucalyptus. Like if it smelled like eucalyptus or like a spearmint, that would be
okay. The dill is not there, which is
No, I don't taste any dill, thank God.
It's got a kick to it.
Yeah, it's got definitely a lot more at the end.
Yeah.
It's the burn is starting like after you sit there for a second. Not terrible.
It definitely does have the oily consistency. Yeah. I can definitely get the
and
oil.
We've noticed that more with the lighter color.
Yeah, you can
bourbons.
see it all through there.
You definitely can see it like kind of just swirling around.
Yeah.
Not terrible. I'm not really picking up any of this white pepper or menthol or spicy chocolate or anything. It definitely has a good initial taste.
It's got a sweetness to it,
But then it kind of that burn sets in. At the end of it, it lingers on and
almost like what's spicy? Like a cinnamon kind of. It kind of burning cinnamon.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like this is. It's almost more.
To
me, I'm feeling like a more like a Scotch kind of taste to it.
I get the menthol too. I guess that's too part of that eucalyptus.
It's the initial part that kind of gives it that not like a fruity taste, but it's sweet. Like you said, it's got a sweet taste, and it's it's right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then as it lingers, that's where that burn kind of sets in. And
yeah, the initial taste is really
terrible.
good.
It's not terrible.
It's a good sweetness, but that burn, that kick does come in.
It's only aged 2 years, so definitely not normal, like aging process. Hints of honey, cherries, fig, clove, coffee. I mean, I don't get any of that, but it does say impressions of cinnamon.
Yeah, I can taste that. That's probably the warming part of it.
Just the spice or whatever.
Yeah. But it's got, that sweetness doesn't last a long time.
No, it's just initial.
It wears off pretty quick, and you get that.
I kind of like it. I kind of like that sweetness to it.
I think with all of them, it's like,
I definitely don't think this would be a good one to mix with other
it has
sodas.
It has a very distinct taste to it.
Yeah.
But I think, like all of them, once they've kind of been in the ice for a little bit, it does change the complexity of it.
Right.
But that initial pour, it was.
Well, I mean, we talked.
I don't even smell the dill.
How oily it is.
Yeah.
Like once the ice melts, it's kind of taking away that oily factor.
Yeah. And it doesn't even have a dill smell to it anymore, which is funny because right off the initial, whiff of it, you're like, oh, that's dill. You can smell it, which is probably why the bottle's green. That's pretty interesting. Dill, I don't see that as being.
It's different. I think. Yeah. I wish they would have had one of the corn ones in stock
because that corn was.
Because that's what I wanted to really try. Because that's what came across my profile, and I'd send it to you. I was like, hey, we got to try this one, and they didn't have. They only had like two different kinds at the specs in Rowlett, and the other one was a higher end one, and I didn't want to start with the higher end stuff.
Yeah,
we got to have something to go to, next year and the year after that.
Yeah, to be able to work your way up. No, that's good.
I mean,
it's good
for a base whiskey. I mean, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's. I mean, this is definitely not Baby Blue or Penelope or anything, but.
That Baby Blue was really good last week.
It's gone.
I told a couple people about it. I was like, it's a really, really good whiskey.
Yeah, that one's no longer in the bottle. The bottle is on the shelf empty. It was good.
All right. What do you think? What are you going to give it?
Well, I imagine whatever I'm going to give it is what you're going to give it. So
I already have mine in mind. So
I'm going to go first round exit. Oh, yeah. Sure.
That's what I have.
Sure.
So it is.
Nobody believes you.
No, I was going to. I should have went first, but it's average. And I think that's
I don't think it's average. I think
it's got a distinct flavor to it. It's really good, but it's not something that I'm going to be telling everybody like this is what I want you to
I
try.
mean, I think it's good. I think it's above average, but when I'm looking at our ranking system, like a first round exit, that means you made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's above average. I think of like the Cowboys that don't make the playoffs. That's average. You don't make the playoffs, you're an average team. But like first round exit, it's got a good flavor. That distinct kind of initial flavor is good and it's sweet. But it doesn't have like the overall taste like the ones we've been trying.
Like the one last week, the flavor lasted throughout the whole drink, and you're like, that's really good.
It wasn't just it didn't just linger. It was the entire time.
It was the whole time. It was really good, and that's what made you like, man, this is really, really good to drink. This one, it fades very fast.
This one's getting better actually as I continue to drink it. But so that's why I was going first round exit. I was thinking above average. Probably not a good mixing because of its sweetness. Maybe I don't know if you want to mix that with like something fruity, but
I don't know.
I just don't think I don't think it's made for mixed drinks. But because like an average whiskey, I'm thinking, Jack and Coke or something like that. Like I don't think this would be good with Coke. I think it's too sweet.
It is,
but the flavor's good enough to be where I wouldn't be upset if this is what I had in my cupboard or whatever.
Yeah. I'm interested to try the actual corn to see what.
They had four different corns. It was all like a blue corn, red corn, and something else. And that's initially what I was going to get.
Yeah.
I just grabbed this one because it was the lower end of the two available. So,
which is good. Like I said, it gives us something to work off of. But it was crazy just taking that initial whiff. I was like, oh my gosh, it's straight up deal.
I would have been very upset if I bought a deal whiskey.
But I don't know if the herbs are something that they put in there to just for the aroma part. I don't know if it really like adds too much flavor to the actual drink, but it was the aroma on your nose. You were like, oh wow, that smells like dill.
Well, and I think that might be a lot associated with how long it's kept in the cask or whatever.
Yeah, which I think it says at least 2 years. Man, I don't know. It probably changed the complexity a little bit if it was in there maybe 2 more years. Just to.
And it depends on what kind of cask. You know, is it a rum cask? Is it this kind of reminds me of a rum.
So we're going to stay on the subject, but an ad popped up for Johnny Depp. He has a rum that's called Three Hearts, and it shows him designing the bottle of it, and it's 3-sided. Everything's like blown glass
like
on
a
it.
Triangle?
Yeah, so it's triangular and it has the 3 hearts. It has on the bottom of it, he has its own little like seal, and it has like almost like words of encouragement on it. And then it has around the neck of the bottle, kind of like a.
It's funny that he would design a rum.
Yeah, what was the
Captain Jack Sparrow?
Jack Sparrow. So
why is rum gone?
He had all those necklaces and stuff on during the movie.
Yeah.
Well, around the neck of the bottle, they have like this little thing that's hanging down. It's almost like a necklace. But the bottle's really cool. It's got like I want to say it's like a bluish teal tint to it. But it popped up on my ad yesterday, and I was like, man, it looked really, really cool. But I'll show you here.
Interesting. Rum is very sweet. I mean, that's when I think of rum or wanting rum, I want to be on like a beach, like having a Mai Tai or a Miami Vice. Oh, that is pretty dope. Yeah, it's got the skull and crossbones on there.
Yeah, so he designed that, and yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's got each one of them has.
How are you supposed to drink it? Does it say?
I don't know. It just says normal rum. Rum has a very distinct taste to it, but
rum is very sweet.
Yes, but this one, man, the bottle was just like 3-sided.
Well, it's definitely not a triangle.
Well, you can't see the other sides for some reason. I was gonna see if I can find an image of it, but you can kind of tell it's 3-sided on here. It's flat. Okay. But the bottle's like cool. It's kind of like a green-blue color to it, and each one of them has his little signature where he signed it. Which I thought was really, really cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, and the people that I was looking at, it popped up on Facebook, so I went and looked at what people were saying. People were buying 2 or 3 bottles at a time, and they were like, I'm super excited to get it and try it. So I'm thinking it's brand new. It's something that he's launched, but I like Johnny Depp as an actor, so
for sure.
I'll definitely probably try it to see what it tastes like.
I know, I'm thinking, we both like bourbon and, scotch, and we kind of moved through there. It's like, you want to try some high-priced vodkas or, some rums, but like don't really drink those on ice or anything like that. Normally that's a mixed type deal.
Yeah, you don't really. What are some of the ones that are Captain Morgan? I'm trying to think of rums. Bacardi.
You got the Malibu. That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't really go down that aisle, so I don't
very often. But they make a good drink every now and then. Mm-hmm. If you want like a summer mixed drink, that's what I think of.
For sure. Very beachy kind of theme to it.
Yeah.
Wow, I just got the cinnamon. I don't know what part. Wow, I can taste it at the end. All right, so our next segment.
So you're going to officially say first round exit?
Yes, I'm going to do first.
Copy me again.
First round exit. I was going to say it before I should. I'm going to go first from now on so he can copy me.
I guarantee you we'll be different from now on, probably. We'll be different.
But so interesting in the world of medicine and things happen this week. Yeah. I want to call that the medication mix-up. But there's a hospital in Nashville.
Ascension, St. Thomas.
Had an issue. So August 14th, a couple patients went for outpatient surgery. Typically, these were
total joint
replacement,
yep. Which is what we do.
Yeah, we do on a regular. And normal process is you come in, you get some type of, we want to say spinal. I know the way they were referring to it was epidural, but do a spinal. We do a block of some sort.
Kind of alternate ways of doing pain control other than narcotics.
Yes, that's the whole goal.
Narcotics lead to so many complications and problems and stuff like that. So the least amount of narcotics possible is what we're looking to achieve.
Yes.
So for us, we use a short-acting spinal, mepivacaine 1.5%, because it wears off within literally an hour to 2, which is what we want. We want the patients to have it for the surgery process because it helps control blood. It helps control the blood pressure. There's less bleeding with the spinal, and then they don't feel anything, so their body's not reacting to the actual surgery going on. So blood pressure stays relatively low. No extras anesthesia is really needed. We do the nerve blocks as well, where they inject local medications next to the nerves, serving that portion. So whether it be your knee or your shoulder, wherever, we put medicine there on the nerves, and it numbs it up, and you usually, don't have feeling there, which means you don't have pain.
Yep.
But in this situation, I bet it was a spinal. I doubt they were doing epidurals on outpatient surgeries.
Yeah.
But
there was a medication error, and I think initially the report said 9 people were affected, but 4 confirmed with issues of not being able to regain feeling in the lower half of their body, which
scary.
It's paralysis pretty much. But we've been talking about this all week at work, and we're trying to figure out where that medication, because it was potassium.
So the medicine that was injected was potassium chloride, which is not a medication that is given.
Yes, it's not a normal one that you would
hardly ever in the operating room.
Yes,
I mean, that's not a normal medicine for us.
It's like a floor. You would work on the
right. You give
floor.
You give it for people who have low levels of potassium that need them to get higher, because the problem with your potassium level, that really affects your heart. So if you're really low, you can have heart problems. If it's really high, you can have heart problems with arrhythmias and stuff like that. And so obviously you want it within that range, whatever the lab says is the normal. So, I've given it on the floor through the IV, which is extremely painful. It's, it burns. It's really hard to administer without a good IV or, dilution. But it was injected into the spinal area, which we were talking to anesthesia today. The drugs that we use most of the time are combined with the dextrose, which makes them heavy. So that way, whenever you inject it, it's from that spot down. It doesn't travel.
It's almost like oil and water. You know how you do that experiment and you see they separate? Well, the reason they have that in there is so that it flows down and it keeps that whole area.
To the desired area, not going up, because going up, you get respiratory problems, you get all kinds of other issues. But
which this one, I think they said it didn't have that in there.
No, it was not going
to. And
it
moved because once you lay that person down, it
just levels out. But I think what we were so concerned about is, and they still really haven't announced it yet, but we don't know where the mix-up came from. From what I've been reading, it looks like it's from within that hospital, in their pharmacy.
Which a lot of hospitals, we've worked at hospitals before.
Have their own pharmacy.
They have their own pharmacy. They go under a hood. They mix their own. It's what a compounding.
Yeah, it's a compounding medications. Basically, when you can't order a medication exactly like you want it, somebody has to go in there and do it for you. And it's not. Medications are just dangerous anyways. But so it's not a lackluster job.
No.
But the problem is people in healthcare, we have to trust other people to do their jobs. And so that's what the big concern for me was the poor anesthesiologist that administered this drug, they were given a medication that was labeled something else, and you can't tell by looking at it.
Most of it's all clear,
With this particular drug, you can't tell what it is by looking at it. It's like, oh, it's bupivacaine, so that's the right one, and you verify it and you inject it into that space. You doing the spinal procedure. And that's what I was saying. Like, we double check and look at our meds before we give them to the doctors.
Yeah,
and they
normally
look at
everything.
It again.
Like for us, everything's in a vial. We don't have a compounding pharmacy that puts it all together. So when anesthesia is asking for drugs, the circulator will go grab those drugs, and then they'll look at it and look at the expiration date and
hopefully they are.
And all that information. But most of these drugs are all the same. They're all the same color. They're all clear.
Yep.
So
when it comes from a secondary source and it's labeled in a whatever kind of package it is, a syringe or whatever, then it's labeled. So the anesthesiologist is like, this is the drug I need. He goes, he performs the procedure, puts it in the back. All of a sudden you start having all these problems, and you're trying to figure out what's going on, and you come to find out they somehow figured out that it was potassium.
Yeah.
Which is the worst medicine you can put in the spinal canal, apparently. So,
but I think the one confirmed case, the lady, what was her name? I think her name was Glenda. She was scheduled for a knee replacement. She said after waking up what seemed was a successful story. She discovered she was paralyzed from the chest down. Now, imagine waking up to that.
Oh, dude, terrifying.
And you're like,
I mean, these people are already super anxious going into
Yeah.
surgeries. I mean, even though we tell them all the stuff and educate them on all what we're doing and why we're doing it, and I'm just thinking in my head what we do every day, and
Yeah.
it's like the package that you had. You know, I was thinking it was the package that was messed up.
spinal kit, because we have a
'Cause it
spinal
comes-
kit that comes.
right, and it comes prepackaged, all the drugs in it, et cetera, et cetera. And somehow, if that would have been wrong, then that would be a whole nother story, because who knows how many of those packages went out to places.
The company, the manufacturers,
Right.
they would
And,
have to have a lot numbers, go back and check and do all that.
Don't really feel like, I mean, we talked about this being malicious.
Yeah.
Somebody doing this on purpose or something like that. And I mean, we have some experience, unfortunately, within the last 10 years of our area having somebody doing malicious stuff, and
Yeah.
they're down in prison for it. But like, it's a crazy way of doing that. Potassium is also used in the
death penalty,
lethal injection.
lethal injection.
Because it's so painful and it hurts and it can stop your heart.
And the other patients reportedly went into cardiac arrest. Two patients have been permanently paralyzed, and one other was on a ventilator in the ICU. So
Yeah, and there was word that they were on ECMO, which is basically a machine that does what your heart and lungs do, where it exchanges the oxygen in the blood, takes out the carbon dioxide and gets rid of it. It's a machine that does it, and it's basically allowing the heart and lungs to rest and heal, but it's never a good sign when you're on that. So very scary, very dangerous. Obviously, we're going to find out more and more. You know, I know, like, if I'm that anesthesia provider, that's not what they envisioned for their patients. That's not what they were wanting to happen. And, you know, they're probably going to get the brunt of the lawsuits initially. I would assume once they figure out where this came from, that's where the lawsuit will go to. Hospitals are going to protect themselves. They did self-report.
Yeah, they did.
Anytime we have an event, we have to report right away to the governing agencies like JACO, CMS, stuff like that. So I know they did do that. They've said they did that. I know there's a lot of people on Facebook talking about this subject, and like, we're not getting any information from the hospitals. Like, well, yeah, because they're not going to give you the information.
Not willingly.
Well, no. I mean, they're going to do their investigation, then they're going to report their findings to whether it goes. I mean, it's obviously going to go to court at some point.
Yeah, they'll usually have to say how they discovered the issue, what safeguards they put in place to fix the issue and keep it from happening again. And we talked about this too, about as a group. There's gonna have some repercussions.
For sure.
There's gonna be new things coming out.
New rules coming out.
New rules, like you need to make sure, we already have multiple verifications of things, and it's probably gonna be more down the pipeline. Like, if we get a medication and you want someone to verify what you're injecting, and it's gonna be a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. So,
I mean, a lot of times, especially with nurses, for these very dangerous drugs, there's 2 nurse sign-offs. Like, you have to have 2 nurses verify what medicine you're given, and that way there's 2 people saying, yes, it's the right one, and signing off on it. We talked to one of our docs, his wife's a pharmacist, and she, was going over it with him. Like, they're understaffed in almost every pharmacy. It's like, it's not an unusual thing for the pharmacy to be understaffed.
Yeah.
You have orders coming from all these different places on the floor, from the operating rooms, and then if they're compounding their own medicines, they're in that vent hood putting these medicines together. They say they have cameras that watch them do it and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, we're about to learn some stuff that's been going on at this hospital.
Yeah, we'll see where
the dirty laundry will come out.
Yeah, we'll see the shortfalls, the shortcomings. The staff will probably anonymously come out saying that they're understaffed, they haven't had people, they're working too much.
Which it's an epidemic.
It is.
You see it everywhere. I mean, there's a shortage of nursing. I saw the least likely profession to ever have unemployment is nursing.
Yeah.
It's like 1% of nurses are unemployed. Like,
it's crazy.
And the demand, high demand for these patients to be happy and these facilities to save money. I mean, it's tough.
Cost cutting.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, and then it's, nobody cares until something bad happens.
Yeah.
Everything, we'll deal with it, and then until something bad happens, like, well, why are we dealing with it? Like, well, we were making money at this point. So,
and that's what we run into with the healthcare with, I think when you're short staffed, I think people tend to pick up the slack and make it work.
Right.
And
Because
then
most professionals are going to do what they can to get the patients taken care of.
yeah, because that's our end goal is the patient's safety and getting things done.
Right.
But what happens is
They get used
people
to
get used to it.
They get used to you taking on two
And they're
person's
like,
jobs, and they're like, "Oh,
we're good.
We can get by with this."
Yeah, we can get by with this with less than the minimal amount of staff. And then whenever someone,
it's dangerous.
Whenever
it's
someone
dangerous.
calls in or somebody's picking up extra shifts and they're tired and, mistakes happen. For
sure.
We're human.
Everybody
but,
makes mistakes.
We have to have safeguards
we try to limit them with all the safeguards and
having people
double
there.
checking and,
Yep.
And it's, we don't specifically deal with a lot of dangerous stuff when it comes to administering medicines because it's mostly anesthesia. Meds.
They're giving the meds.
But it's still scary because that doctor was trusting the pharmacist to have the exact stuff ready, and it said what it was, what they were wanting, and it's not. Now these patients are,
that's bad shape.
They have life. I mean, these are life-changing things, and not in a good way. So it's scary. We're hoping maybe some news will come out, this next week or so with some kind of information of actually how this happened.
Yeah, I want to know a little bit more information.
I do too. I'm curious because it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me because, like I said, potassium is not something we really ever give in an OR situation.
Well, then that to affect that many people, like how long did it take before, confirmed 4, but they said at the
they reported almost 9,
but like 4 that were like critical. Like, why did it take that long? You're thinking, when I say average joint replacements, at least an hour and a half, room in, room out.
Right.
So that's almost 9.
Maybe they thought they were just, sleeping and it was just part of it wearing off and it hadn't worn off yet. And then, the patient wakes up and they're like, I can't feel anything. Then,
or have trouble breathing. They're
right.
Like,
red flags start going off and, nurses, they hopefully, reported it and got them, other people's eyes on that patient to really take care of them. I mean, damage is already done from the sounds of things, but I'm interested to see like the ECMO patients, like why necessarily did it travel up so high that the lungs and the heart like
stopped?
Well, I mean, the lungs would probably stop, but the heart, maybe it went to arrhythmia of some sort and, those can kill you. So it's interesting, but it's scary at the same time because obviously nobody wants anything bad to happen to people.
Yeah, for sure.
Most people are not malicious.
All right, we're gonna move on to something a little brighter. We're gonna give a couple updates on the NFL. We had a couple games last night, but a couple weeks ago we did talk, and this was kind of me and him talked about Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
They're pushing and pushing for him to start first game of the season. We're confirming that it's probably not going to happen. They're a little bit worried. Said he's questionable against the opener against the Broncos, which that is a divisional game. I know they want to see Patrick Mahomes out there, but like I said, there's so many games in the season. I think we came to the conclusion maybe game 4, game 5 would probably be a good one.
I mean, it's hard because he's a competitor, so he's going to be pushing to get on the field. I mean, you want this guy to work for you the next 5 to 10 years. You don't want to give this up on week 1.
Yeah.
Now they have the big divisional game with the Broncos, so I understand there's a lot of hype, lots of important factors there that you want to start off your year, ahead in the division, not behind.
It's a big surgery though.
Yeah,
ACL,
I mean, it's funny because I was looking at Zach Charbonnet from the Seahawks had his surgery in February, and they don't know if he's going to start week 1. Like that's pretty fast.
Yeah,
that's 6 months. I mean, Adrian Peterson's recovery in 9 months that MVP year was amazing. Yeah. So I'm really surprised if that's the case. Like I wouldn't say that this would be. I don't know. I would like Patrick Mahomes. I'm probably not pushing.
No.
I mean, Zach Charbonnet is going to be fighting for his job because they just drafted a running back.
They did.
It'd be interesting to see how they handle that situation or how he handles it. I would advise them to protect themselves. I mean, because you want to play more than just this year. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see. There's been quite a few games. So this is week 2 of the preseason. Raiders, Texans, and 49ers, Chargers were on Thursday. 49ers beat up on the Chargers. I didn't really get to watch
41-17
any of these games really. But I was looking at some updates, kind of from what the experts have all deemed. Man. Yeah. So it was.
Them experts.
I was looking at my own work, I guess. No, so it was like, there when it came to like the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New York Jets, Geno Smith got his first time in. He was with the Raiders last year. Went back to the Jets, which is that who originally got him?
Yeah, the Jets drafted him.
Okay.
He said he was never going to go back.
Yeah, apparently he went 7 of 7 and led a touchdown drive. So that's pretty good. I mean, we've seen success when the first teamers played that first series. Most of them are getting points somehow.
Yeah.
And then, they come out of the game right then. So interesting to see. I mean, I don't think the Jets are going to be anything to watch. They did say that that first round pick David Bailey had a pretty good outing. He was putting on some pressure. They were the line for the Steelers was struggling. So David Bailey was putting up some pressure, which is good. I mean, you take on somebody that high, you want to see them do well. Carolina, Jacksonville, that's a crazy score, 34-17. Looks like quarterback play kind of subpar. I don't know. It looks like Bryce Young had 3 attempts to get a scoring drive and didn't do it. Oh, never mind. That was last week against Buffalo.
No, I had Kenny Pickett.
Okay. But,
which was 15 for 25, 137, 1 touchdown, which he played for last year. Was it the Steelers?
Kenny Pickett?
Yeah. Is that who he was?
He was traded to somewhere.
I can't remember. He's moved around.
He was drafted by the Steelers. Yeah. I don't think he was with them anymore. But, I mean, it's interesting to see some of these younger players get some playing time. The Cowboys played late last night at 9 o'clock versus Arizona, so I didn't even put it on. But something interesting from that game, I sent it to you.
Oh, earlier. The Navajo kid.
Yeah, first Navajo player signed by a team.
Yeah.
Is the young man for the Cowboys. His name is, well, I'm going to mispronounce that, but last name is Pete. He had a whole cheering section at the Arizona game.
Yeah.
It was the Navajo Nation tribe. They had come just to see him, and they were rooting him on. They had you're our hero signs.
Yeah.
And, the coach let him break it down at the end of the game, or in the locker room after the game was over. He was like, I've never seen this in 25 years of football. There was a whole section cheering for one player, and it was just based on how proud they were that he had made it to that point. He's undrafted out of Kentucky, but playing some offensive tackle or offensive guard.
It was interesting, too, that article, reading the comments. Like, there was one guy who lives right in between the Navajo Nation, and he was like, I'm a Steelers fan, but get ready. If he makes the team, like, they're going to sell a bunch of jerseys because those guys usually follow their people. So if they got someone on the team. I thought it was
pretty cool because, I mean, I never thought like that this had never happened before.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I didn't think it was something that's never happened. That's the first time. So it's very, very interesting.
I know one of my coaches growing up, he coached on an Indian reservation during his career, and he said he had a couple athletes there that were just phenomenal. But obviously for a group of people never to have somebody drafted in the NFL, this is a big deal. And, I hope he makes the team. I mean, I hope, maybe even just a practice squad or something.
Let's roll into the Cowboys performance then. They played the Cardinals. That was the late game.
Yeah, it was really late. It started at 9. But it looked like it was pretty handily done by the Cowboys.
34-13.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting hyped up of any scores in preseason because none of it matters. I remember being so upset in like 98, I think. I was a huge Broncos fan at the end of the 90s because Elway, Steve Atwater was my favorite player, and Terrell Davis. They had a great run there for 3 or 4 years. And I watched them in the preseason, and they were losing every game like really badly. I was like, are we just turning a wrong corner? And then they go out in the season and go 13-3. I mean, I think you can get all involved in like the stats and the numbers and stuff, but I think it's more of just giving players a chance to make the team.
Yeah,
I think that's more of what it is, because you're not really working on schemes, or you're not working on
You're trying to see the development of the people that you've picked up or drafted,
right? And it's very basic playbook stuff. They're not bringing out some of these plays that they're going to be using week by week, depending on their opponents. So it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard to watch. I was watching. I forget which game it was. I think it was the Vikings and the Ravens yesterday, and they had like their third string in.
Yeah.
And it was like halftime, and it was rough. I mean, nothing was good. Nothing good was happening for.
Did you see that Jalen Blue hurdle?
Yes.
That was slick.
Yes, he's good. Man.
He is good.
He's from Texas.
Texas, yeah.
So that's one of our guys that we kind of just keep an eye on, and he was great at Austin for those years that he was down there, and he's a speed back.
Yep.
So it's kind of a nice change of pace. He didn't get much playing time last year, which was surprising, but
yeah, he did.
I think maybe as like a second, maybe number 2 running back behind Javonte Williams, it'd be nice little change up
for sure.
If they can get him involved, that's the problem. You got to get the play calling to keep them involved so that they are effective.
Exactly.
So we'll see. We'll see how that works. Pretty critical of all the Cowboys play calling and choices throughout the year. I'll have lots of good rants on here, I'm sure.
Then the Bengals played the Bears. That was 27-9. And I kind of wanted to see a little bit more from running back the Taj Brooks, the guy from Texas Tech last year. He didn't really do it. They didn't really have a lot for him. They played him special teams. He played yesterday.
Chase Brown has taken this next step up. He's got to be.
Last year showed it. He's got to
be the go. Sure. He's got to be the go-to. He's got to be the go-to. He's got to be the.
But we got P.
He's got to be the
back.
man.
We got P. Ryan back, so I think that's gonna help too. But I think, like he said, there's not really first team offense out there, first team defense. So once these preseason games are up, I would like to see.
And it's funny, they haven't been playing the first round picks and stuff as much as I thought they would. So because that's been one of my main things to watch. I know Mendoza played on Thursday and threw his first interception of the year.
First touchdown.
No, interception.
Yeah.
Did it get run back?
No, that was the whole thing with what's the dude that plays for the Giants now, the backup? Jameis. He was like, through my first pass was a touchdown. They're like, oh yeah. He goes, yeah, it was a pick six all the way back. I'm
a fan of Jameis now. I wasn't when he came out.
He's pretty funny, man.
He cracks me up. But no, I think I would like to see, especially with this third week of preseason. I don't even know how many games they have.
I think it's 4.
Do they do 4?
I think it's 4. Yeah,
because the first games are on the 10th. 9-10. So next week.
Yeah, it's 4 preseason games. So
okay.
Yeah, the first week 1, which shout out to Despond. We're playing his team, Tampa Bay Bengals. Cowboys are playing Giants. That's the late game, right?
The Sunday night game.
Yeah, Sunday night game.
Because the Broncos and Chiefs is Monday night.
Yeah. So
it'd be interesting. I'm ready for it. I know, everybody's getting kind of kicked off. High school football starts this week. Dr. Langford was texting me yesterday because he's like, your boys are on the national news for not the good reasons, but it wasn't my boys. It was North Forney High School.
Wrong school.
Scrimmage DeSoto, which is top 5 in the nation, which is crazy. That sounds like a poor choice to do. But Sarad Baker who's their running back, who had an unbelievable playoff run last year. He had like 12 to 1,500 yards just in the playoffs, which was crazy. But he had a 99-yard run where he was like carrying half of North Forney's team, which North Forney's a good football team. They're not any kind of a slight to them at all. But he just kept breaking tackles. It'd be 4 guys on him. All of a sudden he'd break out again, and he made a 99-yard touchdown. North Forney ended up winning the scrimmage 14-13.
Oh, wow.
But they didn't play their big guys the entire time. But high school football starts this week. I know I'm excited. I'm going to go to the game on Friday. And then I got my first fantasy draft tonight. So I'm hoping to see that one go well, because it was not well for me last year in that league. When we have ours coming up
pretty soon,
about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So right before the season starts. But football's king here in Texas.
And I have a question to ask him, but let's get back to some of the injuries. Micah Parsons, what do you think about that? He's he hurt himself last year, and he's still unable to perform.
What did we know what kind of injury it was?
No, there's no current timeline though when he's going to be back. I said it's so funny how things work out, and Jerry doing the whole trade. Everybody was like, oh, it was kind of like the whole Luka, they don't let him go. And I think they got the better end of the deal.
I'm not going to say Micah Parsons is like Luka. Luka's a perennial MVP candidate. Micah Parsons is a really good player that will be a top 10, in the defensive, player of the year
Yeah.
voting. He's not going to win it most likely, but but that's the situation, right?
Yeah.
So
well, there's a lot of good defensive players in his position.
I wasn't upset with that trade because we got something out of it, and
draft picks,
and you avoided paying him an absurdly big contract that we couldn't afford to begin with. So I was okay with the trade. I hate to see him injured because I don't want to see anybody get hurt. That's exciting to watch. But obviously he's going to miss some time. If he's on the pup list, he has to miss so many games.
Yeah. And then we have Tank Dell. That was a crazy injury he had to his knee. He ACL, MCL injury.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be the same.
No. He's not a big guy either.
No, he's kind of their speed guy.
Speed, yeah.
Because you had Nico Collins was their main guy.
Yeah.
But they'll find somebody else, I'm sure. But it's kind of disheartening when you see people that get hurt like that, and then they don't ever become the same again. I saw something. Nick Chubb's retiring.
Yeah.
Of all the injuries that he's gone through, college, here in the pros. I mean,
that was pretty bad.
When he's been healthy, he's been one of the best.
Yeah.
He's just never been healthy.
What about Malik? I saw him getting into it training camp with one of his defensive players, but I don't know. I haven't seen any film on him. I don't see anything crazy. The things that I've heard are not good. He doesn't look like he's rehabbed
we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That it was saying that he didn't look good during they didn't have pads on, but he just wasn't moving very fast. But then I saw a report that he was doing good in training camp. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to get with him. He has a lot riding on him because he's their playmaker. So if he's not out there, then the Giants are going to be kind of one dimensional in a sense.
Yeah.
You need that game-breaking person to. I mean, we talked about this with the Ravens.
A deep player threat.
Yeah, they've never really had that game-breaking receiver threat.
Yep.
And that's why they've been good. I mean, the Ravens have been very good. I would gladly trade our records, but they've never taken that next step because of that.
And we've seen the playoffs when they've been in there, they just struggled.
Right, they can't get anything going.
Can't get any offense going.
They tried to put Hollywood Brown out there to be the the speed guy on the outside, and he's just not good enough to do that. I don't know, but Malik Neighbors is important to this team. We'll see what happens from there. I mean, they did re-sign Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to be much of a difference maker, but we'll see. For Sabu's sake, I think this is going to be his keeper. So we'll see. But as a Cowboys fan, I don't really want the Giants to be successful. So this might be.
I'm interested to see what Harbaugh does. I think he's
a good coach. He's a good coach.
I'm interested to see how he does with the team and with what he has and with their draft picks. I think they had a really good draft, and I think we talked about that in the last episode. So just to see where they go this year. Yeah, the East is tough. So
it's pretty even. I think is what the NFC is. You don't have any of the. We have the Rams, which are going to be very good, but other than that, everything's kind of a toss-up in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough year. I think everybody's going to be just above 500 probably. There's not going to be anybody that just other than the Rams probably. There's not going to be anybody like 10-0 to start the season.
All right, let's move on to our next segment, which is the BMW Championship.
Yeah, Wyndham Clark has already blown his lead. I saw that while ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he had a 5-stroke lead to start today.
Yeah, he was wow. That's what I was going to talk about at the end of if he was to win, because that would move him in third place in the playoffs. But
yeah, and I messed up last week when I was talking about looking at that thing that the people, because we looked at, it's the top 70, and I was thinking that their rankings were current with their current score in that tournament.
Oh, it didn't update till afterward.
Right.
Yeah.
And I made a mistake and was saying like people were cut and stuff, and they weren't, because Rory was one the bottom 5 or bottom 10.
Yeah.
And he's leading right now. He's tied with Wyndham Clark at -14. So
Wesley's got the updates over there.
Yeah, it looks like Wyndham Clark's had a rough round. He was plus up 3.
Oh wow.
Plus 3 today. He shot 65 in the first round, 69, 64. And today, 65, 64, 64 to have that big lead to start, and plus 3 today. So that's not good. It doesn't seem like the course is playing very hard, because everybody's pretty under.
He's tied with Rory.
Yeah, -14.
Man, that would be a good.
Got Scheffler at -7. He's finished.
because he started Rory was tied for second before the start of the fourth round. So, man.
Right. And it looks like Rory's just been consistent today. He's -2. Let's see what holes gave Wyndham Clark a problem. Oh, he just hasn't got a birdie. That's his problem.
Just par.
Well, he's got 3 bogeys and all pars, just not scoring. So I wonder, sometimes these guys get in those leadership spots and they take their foot off the gas and they just play conservative. And I think that hurts them sometimes. I mean, I would like to say that if it hurts me, but I'm never in a situation where that would matter.
Well, I think too, man, if it was me and I'm thinking about the purse, like how much money I'm like, some money going up there.
You're right, but I mean, I think it was like they just try to be conservative. They're like, I'm going to make them come meet me.
Yeah.
Instead of me just continuing to. I mean, you shot 65 and 2 64s.
Yeah.
The course plays well for you. Go shoot another 64 and you win handily.
Man.
But
hopefully he doesn't blow that lead because, like I said, that would have helped him. And that was another thing. So I guess they changed the points system for the playoffs because normally I have it over here. It says it's normally you would get 2,000 points, and then they changed it to 750 points, which is right here. Yeah, so in 2026, the PGA Tour updated its point structure. The winner of the BMW Championship now receives 750 FedEx Cup points, which is a decrease from 2,000 awarded for playoff events wins in previous years. So I guess depending on
you get a lot of credit for playing good in a lot of tournaments. If you don't play in a lot of tournaments, you're putting a lot of stress on yourself to do really well.
Yeah, because he's currently in 5th with 2542 in points, and if he was to win, he would, like I said, jump Cameron Young and be in 3rd.
Well, I mean, it depends how many points Cameron Young's get for this tournament.
Well, I don't think he's on the top 10. Is he? He's not in the top 10.
No.
So I don't know how the point system works after the top 10. So you still get something though, right?
I think so. I think everybody gets points for participating at some point. But I think one of the things I'm interested to see is they used to, when this tournament finishes, when they get ready for the FedEx Championship next week, they will have the top 30 players, and they give kind of like whoever's in first place, they'll give him like -10 to start the tournament.
Oh wow!
And kind of they're going down, like whoever's in second gets -9, whoever's in third gets -8, and until they fill the whole field, and it basically gives them a head start, and then they play the tournament, and then
it goes from there.
But I don't think they're doing it that way this year. I think they're doing it differently, which I'm waiting to see because I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah, what hole are they on?
They were on 15.
Oh, so they're
almost done. Yeah,
almost done.
Yeah, almost done. He just finished 15, so they're on 16 right now.
All right. So we'll get back to this, but the question I wanted to ask was how was the Wings game that you went to?
Oh man,
so this was the first WNBA game you've been to, right?
Yeah. So I wanted to take my daughter to the Wings game. It was on Thursday.
He went to the one that's like you want to go to.
I know. I mean, it was
Fever versus the Wings.
Caitlin Clark and all that group in town. They're a really good team, and they just beat the Dallas Wings in Indiana last week before. So, it happened to be probably the most expensive game of the year. But, I used the Game Time app, and I waited literally until we left the house to buy any tickets. And I got us some really pretty nice seats. What
was the price difference from when you were looking earlier in the day?
When I first started looking, because I started looking a week before, it was like $350 per ticket where we were sitting.
That's crazy.
And then by the time I bought them, it was under $230. So it was kind of dropping and falling. I probably would have got better tickets, but my son wanted to go too. So I'm like, I got a budget for another person, another mouth, all this fun stuff. But we had a great time.
What do they call them? Broke best friend?
Yeah, exactly. It's my dependents.
The tax purposes.
Yeah. But no, we had a great time. So I was nervous because we were heading that way after I got all the kids out of school and everything. And then traffic was awful in Dallas. And then we pulled up to the game. They raked me in the parking. I had to pay $50 for parking.
Is this how many games did they play? So they changed from
they only play their big games at the AAC this year. Next year they play all their games there.
Yeah, they did make a switch. I know I don't know where they played exactly, but
they've been playing in Arlington
somewhere, and they made an announcement that they were going to play at the AAC.
Yeah.
which is where the Mavericks play.
Used to play.
They're going to move somewhere.
They're moving to Frisco, apparently.
But that's where I was interested to see what the ticket cost difference was going to be, venue to venue. You know,
I know there was a game I was looking at going in July before we went to Alaska, and it was like $90 a ticket.
Okay.
But they weren't playing
anybody.
They weren't playing the Fever. This was a sold out game. I mean, it was on. They even did it on local television. My parents watched the game. My dad's texted me throughout the thing, mainly complaining about the refs, but. You know, it was packed, man. It was a packed house. We had a great time. It was a good game. You know, it was very, very tight the entire time until the end. Dallas kind of took over at the end. The refereeing is kind of rough, it seems like. I'm not sure why. You know, it's like they'll call. It feels like a ticky-tack foul for contact or whatever, and then there'll be bodies flying all over the floor and stuff, and they don't call anything. I'm like. It's got to be consistent, in my opinion. But that's on all leagues. It's an issue. But man, we had a great time. My daughter was super excited. I didn't tell her until we got there what we were doing. So she loved it. So she's like, so I can practice and try to do this when I get big. I was like,
oh yeah,
like you can try. I mean,
that's the goal.
That's if that's what you want to do. But it's like these women work their butts off to get to this point. They go to college and play, and then they get drafted, hopefully. And like I said, this is the toughest league to get into because there's not very many spots.
There's not a lot of spots. It's not a lot of teams.
But,
so.
I mean, I was impressed. The Wings had a girl that was 6'4", playing kind of like a power forward. Excuse me. Power forward position. She was killing it. She had like 22 points in the first half and like 10 rebounds. They also had another lady that was 6'6", and she had like 5 or 6 blocks. Like it was pretty awesome. Caitlin Clark didn't have her best game. She came out pretty quick, and I'll send you some videos you can upload. She came out pretty early and drained a 3 right off the bat, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be."
I remember you said
this is gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be a great game.
I don't think she hit another one the rest of the game, but the Mitchell girl from the Fever was on fire. I think she had 30 points. We couldn't stop her at all. Paige Buchers had a quiet kind of first half. She was more dispersing. She had quite a few assists, quite a few rebounds.
You when you were talking about it, you said her game reminded you of LeBron.
Yeah, so she's more of a kind of not necessarily. She seemed reluctant to take the outside shot.
Yeah.
She was more of trying to create, and she's got crazy handles. Like it was kind of fun watching. I was telling my son, I was like, "You get worked up out there, man."
Oh yeah, I remember you said that.
And he was like, "No, I wouldn't." I was like, "Yeah, you would, bro." I was
These girls are good, man.
I was like, "It'll be rough." I was like, "And she's bigger than you, so
yeah."
But no, she was trying. Her game was more of trying to get to the basket for easier shots, mid range stuff like that, which remind me of how LeBron is. He's so powerful. He's trying to get as close as he can to the hole to make easier shots, therefore more points. And she kind of took over in that fourth quarter. She just every time she came down, they were making her involved with the ball, whether it was her going to the hoop and dishing or going to the hoop and scoring. And she had probably 8 to 10 points in the fourth quarter, I think, which was big.
Yeah,
that's how they spread the lead out. Multiple technical fouls throughout the game. It was fun though. We had a great time. I'm glad we went. I wish it had been cheaper, but I was disappointed in one thing.
Oh, you said the gift shop.
They had nothing.
Yeah, that's sad.
Man, they didn't have. They had one little bitty room that they had blocked. It's one of the Mavs gift shops, but they had it blocked off, so you couldn't go see the Mavs stuff. But they didn't have any jerseys. They had like 4 or 5 different cotton shirts, which I hate cotton, so I refused to buy those. They had a really nice hoodie because I was trying to get my daughter some stuff.
Yeah.
And they had a really nice hoodie, but I mean, it's 110 outside. I'm not buying a hoodie right now, especially for like $150. It's like, you ain't gonna be able to wear it for 6 months.
It said Gildan in the back.
Yeah. But I mean, I was disappointed in that because we didn't get any souvenirs other than just going to the game. But I mean, I'm getting online. I'm getting her a jersey and stuff for the next time we go. But we had a good time. I'll go back.
What was the guy that?
The chin balancer.
Yeah, what was that about?
That was the halftime show.
He sent us a video of this guy that's.
He apparently just.
I don't know how you find this talent.
I don't know. He just balances stuff on his chin, and they brought out all this crap onto the.
But
court.
he had like an 8-10 foot ladder.
They had like 3 or 4 different ladders. They had a table. They had a wheelbarrow. They had a bicycle. They had all crutches. And he would take everything. He would balance it on his chin, and it would be straight up, and he'd just be walking around in circles. And
That is crazy.
And then his last one, he climbed up on top of one of the ladders, and then he put the other ladder on his chin. But I was like, this is insane. I was like, I had to send a video. I was like, this is wild. I was like, I don't want to know how he figured out this talent, but I was like, I wonder how many times he's been hurt doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, something fall on him on his chin, but no.
I told my son, I was like, I don't want to come home and catch you doing this shit.
He's having practiced my talents.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna send you to the circus.
So do you have any new feelings by going to the game, new thoughts on the WNBA? I know that's a lot of controversy because people are saying that, Caitlin Clark, if they took her out of the WNBA, would still be successful. But I think a lot of things have changed since she came into the WNBA. And I think she's made it better.
They've got some talent. I'm going to say from watching her play, I've heard a lot of criticism of her flopping and stuff like that. That's definitely becoming an issue, I feel like. And I mean, everybody gets fouled. Like everybody fouls every play. So there wasn't any targeting offenses that like I've seen in other games. You've seen times where they've targeted her.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's wrong.
Try to hurt her.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely wrong. But like there was no targeting fouls or anything. She got mad at Paige Buchers one time because
I did see that highlight.
And I've got it on video too, and you can tell that it wasn't hardly anything. I mean, she did foul her.
Yeah.
But she's trying to fight through a screen to guard her, and you're talking about the best player in the NBA, so she's going to fight hard. And she reached and she grabbed her arm, but then Caitlin like freaked out and like started and threw the ball at her,
and then she like pointed at the ref, like, "Come on!" I did see that highlight.
Paige Buchers is like, "Calm down, like it's not that big." Like that part, I was kind of like, okay, I can see kind of where they're getting tired of like her complaining and flopping and stuff. But I mean, these girls are good. I'm interested to see like a lower tier game, maybe. Like I can't go to watch Caitlin Clark every time, but I think Dallas has got a pretty good team. I mean, they were playing really well. Their records are very similar to the Fever, so they're probably going to be a playoff team. But as far as watching the game, so me and my son, we were talking about is like, it's you go to an NBA game, you're seeing high flying dunks and alley-oops and stuff like that. You're not getting any of that in this game. But we had a good time because we would be like, when things would happen, it'd either be crazy like air balls or it'd be really good, like moves, and we'd be like, "Man, that was awesome," or we'd be laughing like that was terrible. But it was entertaining.
Their record's not bad. It's 21-16. They're over 500. It looks like they're a home team, so they're 11-6, 10-10 away. Well, it makes sense. I mean, you're playing. You should play better at home. That's where your fans are at. But it was a big Fever night. I mean, there was a lot of Fever fans there. But it was fun. We had fun watching the game. I asked my son, I was like, "Would you want to come back and watch it?" He's like, "Yeah, it was fun." So I mean, they're winning right now. They're playing the Storm, Seattle, 77-58. Yeah, they're not good. The Storm is not good. But I mean, I will go back. I would go back. They're offering season tickets right now. I don't know what those are going for, but it'd be interesting. Like with my daughter getting interested in it. I wonder what that would go for. I'm more interested as well, but. I thought it was fun. I thought we had a good time. It sucked that it was during the week and had to go to work the next day, but because traffic was terrible getting out of there too. But that's just in the city life. So it says for upper level seats, it's $550 to $990, and if you want a courtside package, $3,960 to $7,000. Which is crazy because some of those courtside seats were going for like over $3,000 for that game. That's not bad. What if you want to do the middle? Yeah, I want like our seats were great. Like I wouldn't mind sitting there for like Mavs games and stuff like that. Like it was really now. It was really. I don't think that's bad for nice season tickets. You think you? Well, that's one seat, so you got to buy a couple. You can't just buy one. I don't know. You can buy one. Go by yourself. Oh, yeah, that'd be weird. That'd be weird of a grown man. A weird grown man going to the game by himself. He has his Wings jersey on. Yeah, he's got tattoos. It's like let your wings fly. Yeah, he's like get your wings up. I was like, what are y'all talking about? I was trying to figure out what they were doing, and they were all like, oh wow, they got their own little chants and everything. Like, yeah, and they have a horse mascot that has wings. Pegasus. Yeah, it's like a Pegasus. It's like, it looks like maybe y'all just got the cheap version of the Mavericks. Yeah, exactly. Let me go ahead and add some wings to it. Like, give us your leftover costume so we can use it. We had a good time. I would definitely say if you like sports in general, most people are going to enjoy their time there. I mean, we got food and
drinks and stuff too. I mean, it's outrageously expensive, but it is what it is. You go have fun. I mean, that's the only game I've been to this year of any kind of sport. So, you know, I was excited. I was glad we went. I was glad she enjoyed herself.
Yeah, that's nice when your kids.
Well, when we got there, everybody's literally standing up the whole like first start of the game. I'm like, she's like, I can't see. I was like, I know. I was like, I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do.
Stand on your seat.
Exactly. But then everybody kind of settled in, and I mean, we had great views. I enjoyed being there. It was a good time.
All right, guys. We're going to conclude our episode 25.
Man, right on time.
That was a good one. So don't forget, guys, follow us. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're on there answering questions, uploading videos every week. So, but we appreciate you guys following us. We've
almost made 200.
Yeah, almost 200 followers on Facebook. Every other platform we've got. We've seen growth, so just except TikTok for some reason, but we're looking at trying to figure out a way to get that going. But
we haven't really tried anything to make it.
It's a little different. So
I mean, I've just been having fun. So
yeah,
I'm okay with no followers, to be honest. I'll be the only follower.
But we appreciate it. Appreciate everything.
Bring your
questions, concerns,
drink recommendations too. We're definitely taking
let
those.
us know. Let us know what you guys want us to try, talk about. So we're gonna say goodnight. We'll see y'all later.
Don't make it weird.
That's the final whistle for today's happy hour playbook. I'm Chris, and we're officially off the clock. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts so you don't miss out on our next slate of picks. Stay sharp, stay hydrated, and we'll see you at the next kickoff.